Hello everyone and welcome back to the main stage. Our next portion of the day will be focused on academics at Brescia. I am joined by Dr. Loretta Frederiking, Vice Principal and Academic Dean. Dr. Frederiking will briefly share some of her thoughts on the unique academic environment at Brescia. Afterwards, I will share a few instructions about the academic program breakout sessions. Welcome, Dr. Frederiking.
Thank you so much, Sophie, and it's been such a privilege to get to know you as I get to know all our students because of our small size campus. So in the next few minutes, I just want to open up the exciting world of your academic courses and programs. And while exciting, I expect it can be also intimidating. And in the next few minutes and then hour, you're going to have an opportunity to actually meet our faculty, and they are extraordinary. And the courses and programs we offer are meant to inspire great ideas and to think big thoughts and to have the time and the space to really figure out what is your path in life. What is that inner glow inside of you calling you to do in terms of serving the world? Before I talk about some of the general ideas of academic programs at Brescia, I did just really want to highlight that what we emphasize at Brescia is that women have an essential voice and women have a unique voice. And so in our classrooms, you very much are given an opportunity to stand up, to speak, to practice, to find your energy. And again, when students graduate, I hear from them, whether they're now at the United Nations or whether they're with the World Health Organization or whether they're in a nonprofit in the city of London or Toronto. Again and again, I hear that students learned and found their confidence at Brescia. And that is not to be underestimated. In addition to finding that unique voice and that essential voice that is yours and is shared by women, we also really hold on to our Ursuline values. So the traditions of Ursuline values really focus on compassion, wisdom, and justice. And you will find that comes through in all of your classroom settings. In the co-curricular, I love the student panel, hearing about all the activities, which are ways that you can get involved and have a holistic education, which we emphasize. But wisdom, we really want students to ask, what is truth? What is, in fact, the factoids that we get bombarded with? How to find your way to know what is the truth? And what can we draw on in terms of sources and materials and critical thinking to achieve that strong sense of legitimacy and authenticity? Justice. We are hardwired at Brescia to ask those difficult questions. Why does inequality persist? Why does gender inequality persist, especially during the times of the pandemic? Why are we seeing the world in the way it is with racialized minorities? How can we contribute to a better world? So that compassion, that sense of understanding that we are one, but together we are mighty. And I think the student panel really, that sense of pride and energy and vibrancy came across. And that is what you achieve at Brescia. It really is a room of one's own, to borrow Virginia Woolf's phrase, a room of one's own. We're not an island. So our students, they go to main campus, they go to King's, they take classes elsewhere, and then they come back to Brescia. It happens again and again. We find students say, well, they could take a course there, but they would prefer the environment back at Brescia. Those small classes, those critical lens conversations, the willingness to really explore different perspectives, so that at the end of the day, you may challenge and be challenged, and you may find that your professor pushes you to say, well, why are you speaking this perspective and not this one? And this is a place not to intimidate you, but in fact to invite you to think about the complexity of the world, which is really the beauty of the world. and the diversity of perspectives around you in a classroom, so that your voice is unique and it's a light, and so is the student's voice beside you. That there are ways in which we grow stronger because of our diversity, better always because of our diversity. And the Brescia setting allows that to really come alive. In terms of your programs, you're going to have an opportunity to choose to find all the programs that you would find in another university setting, with School of Humanities, School of Behavioral and Social Sciences, School of Leadership and Social Change, School of Behavioral and Social Sciences. And within these schools, the different programs that you might expect will be there, and you can learn from the faculty after this main session. You can go into the breakout rooms and ask questions. But again, as the academic dean, what I would highlight is that there are 3 elements that are common across programs. And I know some of you are deciding, I'm going to study this program, and you feel quite certain about it. But, explore. Don't hesitate to take courses from other areas, other disciplines, other programs, because we find that the most interesting and exciting ideas come when you push outside of your comfort zone. For those of you who don't know what you want to study, perfect. You are welcome to come and explore different courses, and our academic advisors, the staff, are just top notch in terms of asking those questions. Here, you did really well here. So maybe you want to explore another course in that direction. So don't worry. You come in the fall with open eyes and an open heart, because we care for your holistic being, and you will find your path, guaranteed, by the time you graduate. But those 3 elements that you'll find across the programs really have to do with experiences. So our faculty guide you to have experiential learning opportunities, which may take you from the classroom into the city, which may give you an opportunity to engage in rigorous research with your faculty, so that when our students graduate, it's one thing. If you get a grade in a class, you can guarantee your faculty member will write a recommendation for you that says, this student achieved this grade. But what you really want when you're applying for graduate school, when you're embarking on a career, is a reference letter that highlights this student that I saw grow over 4 years, that I witnessed in terms of her experiential learning activities in this way and this way. That very specific type of recommendation letter can open doors. And I see it. Our students go on to top graduate programs. Our students take on magnificent careers with fantastic titles and lots of opportunities, global reputations, knock it out of the park in terms of successes. And that happens with the support of nurturing connections, and then the experiences that come from the classroom, but where faculty will push you outside of your comfort zone in the classroom, and then experiences beyond the classroom. A final place, so the connections and the experiences, and then a final place where all the programs align, is this emphasis on competencies. So Brescia has its reputation built on the fact that every student arrives and takes a course called Brescia Bold. And delightfully, I teach it with the Associate Dean, Dr. John Mitchell, who's a psychology professor, and I'm a political science professor, and Julie Young in the School of Leadership and Social Change. Together, we give students the step 1 of 7 competencies that define Brescia. These are competencies like communication, whether it's verbal communication or written communication, thinking about the ways in which you demonstrate your position, where you use research, critical thinking, problem solving. We want to take on the most difficult challenges of the world. Post-COVID, I can't imagine a better place to be than Brescia, because we are going to challenge and invite us to think about why the inequality during this pandemic, why a pandemic? How can we make post-COVID not just back to normal, as we hear so many refer to. Can't wait to get back to normal. At Brescia, we're going to demand, we don't want to get back to normal in terms of a pre-COVID. We want to build a better world. And this disruption is an opportunity for us to rethink our systems, education systems. At Brescia, we're not afraid when students challenge us in the classroom as faculty, but those competencies, critical thinking, problem solving, and valuing, these are introduced. Step one, course Brescia Bold, every student takes it. So as the student panel suggested, they know people across campus. Every student taking this one course, which is setting you all up for success in undergrad and beyond, is a place where you're going to meet students in programs that you might never be in a class with them. But because you had Brescia Bold together, you made a connection. You made a connection and you had conversations and you worked in a team and you solved a problem and you demonstrated those ways in which you are going to contribute to a better world. The valuing takes us back, I think, very importantly, to those elements of wisdom, compassion, and justice. And as academic dean and leader of Brescia in terms of the academic sphere, I would say that emphasis on the holistic growth and development really emphasizes that the world needs ethical leaders. We need women who are able to stand up, to be bystanders when they see injustice, to stand up and recognize that unique, that essential voice is theirs at a moment, whether it's in a boardroom, whether it's in the kitchen, whether it's in a public arena, whether it is in a classroom. Women are given an opportunity to think about who they want to be and how they want the world to be. That ethical place that's sometimes removed from an academic sphere, where you can be bombarded with facts and factoids and thresholds and gatekeeping. What we really want at Brescia is to give you the space to understand what you value and what will drive you with your passions to become more intellectually curious. And that's really the magic. That's when everything turns on, all the lights are on, and you are fulfilling your destiny. Because at Brescia, we do know each one of you has an extraordinary destiny. And we are here to be co-champions and supporters in that learning process. So next, you're going into breakout rooms. You're going to pick programs that seem interesting to you, but you're going to remember my words, my invitation, that you can explore, that this is your time to shine. This is your time to take a class and decide you didn't like it, or you loved this one, an experiential learning opportunity, and you want more of it. All of that is what we're here for and how we're going to see you shine. So please, I look so forward to seeing you on our campus in the near future. And certainly don't hesitate to reach out to me. My door is open. Students come when they have challenges, when they have successes, and I'm always here for them. So as are your faculty. Enjoy this day. Enjoy this moment in your lives. Tremendous congratulations to you and your family. Let's go. See you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you, Dr. Frederiking, for sharing your thoughts on Brescia's unique academic environment. This is a perfect transition into our next activity. Right away, we invite everyone to participate in our academic program breakout sessions. Everyone will have the chance to choose 2 different academic programs to visit. You will have 20 minutes for your first choice. There will be a 5-minute break, and after that break, you will be able to join a different academic program for another 20 minutes. These sessions will be led by Brescia professors from each unique area of study. Please enjoy your time with them and feel free to ask any questions related to academics at Brescia. I will see you back here on the main stage at 12 p.m. to talk about residence. See you again soon.